Uh-oh, someone's been naughty recently. You've been on the holy triage of apps of Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. And by the way, if you're on Bumble, please delete that because that's just gross. You upload your best pictures and your best prompts, and one by one, you start to get likes and matches. You've been watching YouTube videos, learning the best first lines, and you start to implement some of them. Some of them end up working and you start to have more conversations, starting to go back and forth one by one. And one day you start to feel one of your matches more in particular. And despite your fear, you muster up the courage to ask, "Hey, do you want to go on a date soon?" A few hours go by and suddenly you get a notification. Is it what you think it is? Your heart starts beating, your hands get clammy, you slowly pick up the phone, turn it over, and what does it say? She says yes! Woohoo! But within a second, everything starts to go downhill. You just made a huge mistake. Instead of thinking, you quickly type up a response saying, "What do you want to do?" or "What did you have in mind?" Minutes go by, hours go by, 2 days go by, and no response. My friend, you have been officially ghosted. And then you wonder to yourself, what did I do wrong? And this brings me to the topic of this video, and that's the simplest way to be more charismatic. A lot of people think that charisma is just how you physically look, how you carry yourself, your body language, your sub-communication. All of those things are extremely important and are basically the basis of charisma, but there's a huge part of it that I've never seen anyone talk about before that really skyrockets how you come off to people. But anyways, the simplest way to be more charismatic is to make the other party have to put in absolutely no effort or no thinking into anything. And vice versa, when it comes to you, anything that you create or produce, it must seem the same way, as if you put in no effort or no thinking into it, but you created a great result or you created a great product or whatever came out of it. Whatever you do, you just must make everything seem easy and effortless. The reason that the above situation for you did not work out is because you as the guy should already know what you guys are going to do. By asking her what she wants to do or what she has in mind, or making her think and put in effort into making this happen. But by you instead telling her what you guys are going to do, this makes you seem so much more in control and the one with power. Pick an activity or something that you've done in the past multiple times. If it's a dinner date that you want to go on, pick a restaurant or a place that you've already been to in the past multiple times. If it's an activity such as bowling, mini golf, whatever first ideas you come up with, pick an idea that you've done in the past. She's going to reply back saying, "Oh, this guy already knows what he wants to do. I like someone who already knows what they want." This is a huge attraction point. Now, the third thing is that if you picked a restaurant to go to, you already know what food or what drinks are good on the menu. So one, you can easily pick for yourself without having to waste much time. And two, if the other person asks, "I don't know what to get," you can easily offer some suggestions and speed up their process. This, again, reduces their effort and their thinking that they have to do. Obviously, this works better if you have good taste as well. Don't offer some shitty item on the menu because you just randomly picked one. Pick one that's obviously pretty good, but by doing this, you are reducing the time that they have to think. They might not say anything right there, but subconsciously, you are the reason why they are enjoying that dinner. This just adds more points to you. If it's an activity that you choose, one, if you're good at what you do, you're going to just seem cooler because you keep winning at things. This is just subconscious. But two, if you can make the other person who probably hasn't done this a lot before, who probably sucks at it, and you can make them a little bit better, you are going to just, it's like a bonding activity right there. And you just seem so much like more in control and with power because you are reducing the amount that they have to think to actually improve themselves. You are just telling them what to do. And everything I'm saying goes on so much further beyond dating and actually applies to just friendships in general and even applies to the workplace. It really applies to everything. I know in the intro I made it seem that way, but don't just limit it to that. Even if you're just out with your guy friends and you keep showing them cool places and you're orchestrating the entire night, you are just going to come off as just so much cooler. Like, whoa, this guy knows where everything is. He knows where all the fun spots are. In the workplace, if you work a 9 to 5 or you work a part-time job, imagine your boss or your manager gives you a task. You're just able to do it flawlessly from start to end with no questions. You're not bombarding them every 2 seconds with some issue that comes up. You're just able to do the task, deliver to them on time. If you can make work effortless and he's able to just think of you immediately, it is going to pay off so much for you in the long run. Obviously, don't do this at McDonald's. Don't do this at some retail job at the mall. Going that extra mile that makes no sense, that's not going to get you anywhere. But if you do this at a company that is worth it, this will drastically benefit you in the future. So now that we explained what this simple way of being more charismatic is, let me just quickly explain why this works. By making things seem so effortless and making it seem so easy is that you add a little bit of mystery to your character. And people are very drawn to people that are just mysteries. This is because people like to solve mysteries. People like to be on their toes and have a little bit of suspense because this adds excitement to their mundane and boring lives. If you bring someone or you bring a date to a very exciting place, it starts to bring up a lot of questions. That other person is going to think, wait, how does he know of this place? Does he know of other places like this? Who has he brought here in the past? He mentioned that he works here and does this during the day. So when does he have time to come out here? But at the same time, I'm glad he brought me here and I really enjoyed this place. It's this confusion that you've created of, wait, what's going on? But I'm so glad I came here at the same time. In the same way with your boss or your employer, if they give you a task and you're able to do it seamlessly, and so easily, he's going to be like, wait, how did he get that done so fast? How did he do that with no questions? Most people take double the time to do that, but he did that so fast. And also, why didn't he ask for anything in return? But at the same time, I'm so glad he did it this way and I hope he does it again. Once again, you're adding a little bit of confusion, like, wait, what's going on? But I'm so glad he did this. This is a very good thing. So what's the first actionable step that you can do to make this happen? Is that you just need to have more experiences under your belt. You just need to do more and to live more. In order to show someone a cool experience or to show your friends cool new places, you just need to be able to do more firstly. And a very easy way or a simple way to start doing this is to, one, get out of your house and to get out of your room more often. If you need to study or you need to work or you just need to do certain tasks, instead of doing it in your house locked up, there are probably numerous places in your city or in your town that you could go to instead. Explore your city or you explore your town daily a little bit more often rather than just doing the same routine, mundane things every single day. If there's one way of going to work, but you know of 2 or 3 other ways that potentially exist, try one day leaving work to work a little bit earlier or after work, come back home the more scenic and long way. Just explore, take new routes to new places, and try to do this every day if you can. If not, at least just once a week or on the weekend. Over time, all of these experiences stack up. Walk around new areas, cool areas, areas that are a little bit more scenic. Just start to do one little new thing that you can every single day if possible. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like every single day I'm doing something new, but I try to at least once a week. So then the point of all of this is that when it comes time to hanging out with your friends or you're going on a date or whatever it might be, you have new experiences or new things to show, cool little spots like this. And as a little bit of a bonus tip, if you have, like, I'm not saying you need a lot of friends, but if you have small little different friend groups, what you can do is that you can do different things with each group and then mix those experiences from every group with a new group. So for example, if you did something with group 1 and something with group 2, the next time you see each other, you can just reverse the things that you did and you can just seem a lot cooler that way by always coming up with something new. Step 2, and the second most actionable step that I can give you, is just start to do harder things more often. And this is something that I actually do every single day. Because again, like I said, to be more charismatic, you need to make hard things seem easy. And the only way you're going to do this is through reps, by continuously every single day do something that was hard, that you didn't feel like doing, but you pushed through anyways. Because this translates into other areas of your life. When you don't feel like doing it, you're just going to end up doing it to the point that regardless of what it is, you just end up doing the work, but you've done it so much that things just start to become easy and they appear easy for you. And one example of something that you can do if you don't do already is going to the gym and pushing heavy weights. Most people, and I know I say going to the gym every single day, but to go to the gym every day or every week, to know every time I have to go to the gym to try to at least lift the same amount of weights with more reps or to lift a heavier weight, that's a hard thing to do every single time. That each time I'm going to be struggling. Like, this doesn't get easier. This is always just going to get a little bit harder each day. I just push myself to get stronger. That's a very hard thought to battle, let alone actually do that. So the gym is one example. A second example is doing the deep, hard, focused work without your phone, without any distractions, locking yourself in a room and getting the work done regardless. That's something that's just not easy to do, that many people can't do for prolonged periods of time, let alone every single day. I am creating in some form or way, even if it's just for 30 minutes every single day. The reason why I do this is because I know not everyone can, and that the more that I do this, not the easier that it'll get, but the more stronger I'll get and the more easier it'll appear to be. Another example of something that's just hard to do is having more conversations with strangers daily, whether it be at work, a new person that just walks into the lunchroom, just saying hello, smiling, doing things that are a little bit out of your comfort zone. By doing just small little hard things like this every single day will add so much more to your character and personality. And the last step is just stop complaining so much and sharing all of your complaints and your fears onto the people around you. By doing this, you make it seem like it's not effortless and easy. You make it seem like you're struggling, and no one wants to be around someone that just complains and always just has negative, bad news all the time. Regardless of how difficult the activity is, if you just make it seem like it was fine, cool, like a regular every single day, people will pick up on this. That's all I have for this video. And as always, if you got any value from this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I wish you all the success because there's plenty enough for all of us. Mwah.